my magic beauties, it's your girl Missy Magic, and I'm back with another episode of In the Life with Missy Magic. To my new people, hey y'all, I'm Missy Magic. To my returning people, welcome back y'all. So welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Okay, so as y'all noticed, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the last time I did one of these, I did it a little different. So I wrote down a few topics that I myself personally want to speak on and talk about, and so that's how I'm doing this one. Now of course I still will do my ones where I'm only talking about a specific topic and we only focus on that topic, but I'm gonna mix it in between the two. So got me a little juicy juice today. It's not a little drunky drink, it's a juicy juice. Some lemonade, Publix brand lemonade. It's so fine. But as y'all read by the title, let's talk about it. We're gonna be talking about it, okay? So before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's see, the first topic that I have, settling. This is kind of like an iffy topic to me because I feel like as humans, we all settle. You know, whether that be with a friendship, whether that be a relationship, whether that be a job, we all have settled once in our lives. And it's kind of hard, you know, to not settle sometimes, you know, because I feel like a lot of times when people settle, they settle because they think something is going to change in the future. For example, if you're on your job and you don't think you're getting the pay that you deserve, you stay at that job because you think, okay, well, if I put in the work to get this pay, then maybe I'll get it. And so you start to settle thinking that you're going to get this pay that you're really not going to get. So I feel like it's easy to settle. And it's hard to point it out because we'll think like we just, you know, wait until the right time comes or whatever the case may be. Whole time may be settling. I honestly, I think everybody settles, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with settling. The issue comes in when you continue to settle and you don't do anything about it, or you don't change, or you don't change the situation that you're in or the circumstance that you're in. You just continue to settle. That's when I think it becomes the issue. But I hate when people try to, you know, backlash somebody for settling for a man. Whole time they done probably done it, they just done it in private, and this person's business is out on, you know, for the world to see, and you bashing them. Like, everybody has settled at least once in their life. And like I said, that does not just pertain to a relationship. You can settle at a job as well. You can settle for a friendship as well. So that's just my thought on settling. Becoming complacent, that is that I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with settling. Becoming complacent, I just feel like it's so many people in this world that are complacent, like especially in like our grandparents' generation. Y'all know they stay on their jobs 30+ years, you know, regardless of what the pay is, regardless of how they're treated. They are just some loyal individuals, and they will stay until they retire. That is becoming complacent, especially if you are still living paycheck to paycheck, but you stand in your current situation, or you stand in your current circumstance. That's being complacent, and it's very easy to become complacent because you get comfortable with what you're doing, you get comfortable with who you're around, you get comfortable with everything in general. I can't become complacent. I don't think I ever will, because in the back of my head, it's always, you could be making more money, you could be, you know, having more experience. It's always you can do more, or you can have more. That's always in the back of my head. So I feel like I'll never become complacent. Yeah, and that's really a good mindset to have, you know, to not become complacent, to always want more for yourself, or to always want better, or to always want to, you know, continue learning and continue striving. There's nothing wrong with, you know, not wanting to be complacent. Friends of the opposite sex, y'all think that stuff be genuine? Y'all think y'all can have friends of the opposite sex and nothing be going on, or no feelings or nothing? Yes and no. I personally feel like it depends on the two people. it's gonna be really hard to have a friend of the opposite sex if that friend is physically attracted to you. Let's just put that out there. If that friend is physically attracted to you, feelings are bound to happen, okay? Because I feel like feeling starts with a physical attraction. You don't know anything about a person, but you like how they look. You want to pursue them. I do believe that people of the opposite sex can be friends, but I also feel like it can go downhill. Like, y'all can say y'all friends and y'all be doing something on the low. So like, it really depends on the people. I feel like if you want a friend of the opposite sex and you're like talking to somebody or you're in a relationship, I feel like you should get somebody who you're not really attracted to, and you know they're not really attracted to you, and kind of like set those boundaries. You know, say what y'all can and can't talk about, or say where y'all can and can't spend time, you know, because after a while, when you have a friend of the opposite sex and they're doing what your man isn't doing, or they're doing what your woman isn't doing, you start to fall for that person, because that person is doing what you want when the person that you got not doing it. So it's very easy to fall victim, you know, to catching feelings for a friend of the opposite sex. So I personally feel like it depends on the people. Yes, I do feel like you can be friends with people of the opposite sex, but it depends on the person you're trying to be friends with. Moving on. Moving on can be so hard, but I feel like I recommend just taking time to yourself. Like, I know a lot of times, like, us as women, when we go through like heartbreaks or whatever, and we get very vulnerable and we just want to be held and we just want to be loved, and sometimes we give up things that we don't need to because we're in this vulnerable state. But my advice to anyone out there who's trying to move on to someone, take time for yourself. You know, don't entertain anyone. You know, go out and, you know, have your fun. Go out to the club, go have a picnic. Just do things to take your mind off of that person in that situation. But I do recommend taking time to yourself. Don't jump into a situationship, none of that. You know, take time to actually heal, to actually get over that person, because if you don't, whatever that person did to you in that previous relationship, you're going to take into that new situation or that new relationship. So I think people just need to learn how to be patient when it comes to moving on, because it's not going to happen overnight, especially if you have history with the person, and especially if you were in love with the person or if you had strong feelings for the person. So just take time to yourself and learn to love yourself in that, you know, alone time when you're moving on. Rekindling friendships. I feel like rekindling friendships, it just depends on why y'all stop being friends. Like, if y'all stop being friends because he or she was jealous of you, I just feel like there's no rekindling that. Because once you're jealous, you're always going to be jealous, or you're always going to envy that person. Some things there's just no coming back from. You know, I am all for being cordial with people before you leave this earth, because it just gives you a peace of mind. But I also feel like you have to set those boundaries. You can't just rekindle a friendship with somebody stabbed you in the back, or they slept with your man, or whatever the case may be. You just gotta be very careful. But I just think it depends on the situation, what that person did to you, how did y'all fall out, all of that. And if y'all do decide to rekindle it, I just feel like y'all need to sit down, have a conversation about every last feeling that y'all have about that other person, so that they know how you feel and you know how they feel, and so that y'all not bringing old stuff up when y'all rekindle y'all friendship. Because if y'all constantly bringing old stuff up, the friendship gonna go back where it started. So yeah, you either choose to rekindle the friendship, or you choose to sit there and get closure and talk it out and just be cordial. You know, just take your pick. Moving away from your hometown and starting over. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to do this. I actually want to do this. I actually did this when I was 18. When I was 18, I moved away to college. It was an hour and a half from home. I didn't know anybody in the city at all. It's kind of different, you know, when you move away for college, because you're on a college campus. You're there with other people who are around your age group, so it's easier to, you know, build friendships and build networks and all of that. But I actually want to do it again, and this time when I do it, I want to be further away from home, and I won't be in college since I graduated already, so it's going to be completely different. But I recommend doing that, because when you're around people that you don't know and you're in unfamiliar places, you're uncomfortable. You know, it's something new, and I feel like it's important to kind of be uncomfortable to a certain extent. In this situation, I feel like it's important to be uncomfortable, because I feel like a lot of people, they work better or they get more done when they're not around people that they know. That's just like college. When I was well, my first semester I did really good, but my second semester I still did good, but I didn't do as good as the first semester. And I feel like it was because I knew more people and I had more distractions. And I feel like when you are surrounded by people everywhere, you know, if you're in your hometown and it's a small hometown and everybody knows everybody, you are surrounded by multiple distractions. And I feel like it's just harder to get to where you're going in life, or get to where you want to be, or achieve those milestones when you are stuck in a city that you grew up in and this is the only city that you know. So I definitely recommend moving away from your hometown and achieving all of your goals. I don't care if it's 30 minutes from your hometown. There's less people you gonna know, you know. Becoming an influencer. I feel like people use the term influencer too much. When I think of an influencer, I think of someone who influences individuals to become a better person, or influences them to chase their dreams or chase their goals, or influences them to, you know, do something great in life, do something positive. A lot of the people that y'all label as influencers are just public figures, and I feel like a public figure and an influencer is different in my eyes. A public figure, I feel like, is just someone in the public's eye. You know, they have the following, they have the likes, they have the views, they have all of that. That's a public figure to me. But an influencer is actually somebody who motivates you, you know, who, you know, uses their platforms to their advantage. They don't just use it, you know, to flaunt. You know, they don't just use it to get the likes, to get the views. They actually are using their platform in a positive way, you know. So I feel like, yeah, people overuse the word influencer. Yeah. Personally, I do want to be an influencer and not a public figure. I do want to be an influencer. My definition of an influencer, I want to influence young girls to become the person that they want to be better, you know, people to, you know, have girls to be able to look up to them. I want to be that, you know. So I think people kind of just, those are my definitions. I think they use that term a little loosely. Modeling. So I don't think y'all know or not. I mean, I don't think y'all know because I haven't talked to y'all about it. I was gonna do an actual whole video, but I decided to just put it into this video and speak on it. I haven't decided yet, but I started back in October. I started doing photo shoots. One photo shoot a month, because I kind of want to see if I want to go into modeling. I love trying new hairstyles. I love getting my makeup done now. I love styling myself. I love picking the venues. I love coming up with my own photo shoot ideas, my own poses, all of that. I just love it all. So I'm like, I'm gonna see how I do with this shoot, and I'm gonna keep doing like a few trial runs to see how I do, to bring my vision to life, to see if I'm really serious about this modeling thing. And your girl be doing the thing. I've been doing the dang thing. I did good in October for my parking garage shoot, November for my fall shoot. I should be shooting next weekend for my December shoot. I have an idea for my January shoot. I have an idea for my February shoot. March, I have a stylist in mind that I want to style me. So that's just been my journey with modeling. I am doing a few trial runs to see if I'm actually dedicated to doing this and if I actually want to pursue this. Because don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money that goes into that because I fund my own shoots. I pay the photographer. I get my own hair, nails, toes, all of that. I do all of that. And the fact that I done it, I've only done it 2 months in a row. But that's money. You know, that's probably like $1,000 between the 2 shoots, you know. But I think I'm just a little bit serious about it. But we'll see where this journey takes me, where it leads me, and how well I do in the future, you know. If y'all see me on the front of a magazine next year, don't say I ain't tell y'all about my little journey. Let's see. Racism. I was surprised that I put this topic, you know, on the list because I don't even care to even speak on it. So this is going to be really quick, short, sweet, and to the point. I just feel like it's very ignorant of anyone, you know, of any ethnicity to dislike someone else because of their ethnicity or because of color of their skin, whatever, however you want to put it. It's very ignorant because I didn't just, you know, pick to be an African American woman. You know, this was appointed to me. My ethnicity was appointed to me. My mother and my father was appointed to me. You know, my gender was appointed to me. You don't choose those things in life. So the fact that someone can hate you over something that you can't control, it's just mind-boggling to me. Like, how dumb could you be? That's all I have to say about that topic, honestly. Not even about to waste my time, breath, or energy speaking on it. The last one that I have, dating outside of your race. How do y'all feel about that? Me personally, I can't see myself doing it because I am so in love with black men. God took his time when he made black men. But I'm so in love, you know, with black men that I don't see a reason to want to date outside my race. My daddy was a black man. My granddaddy was a black man. You know, I was raised by black men. My stepdad is a black man. Why would I not want a black man? You know, that's all I've seen, and that's no offense to any other, you know, ethnicities. I have nothing against any other ethnicities. I just prefer my race. You know, I prefer to date my race. I prefer to marry in my race. And a lot of people feel like that. You know, of other ethnicities, they want to, you know, marry their kind. And I think a lot of my decision comes with like the different cultures. I don't know if I'll be able to adapt to someone else's culture and vice versa. I'm not sure if they'll be able to adapt to my culture because, you know, the different cultures, oh, they're different. They're very different, you know. And yeah, I don't know if that's something that I would want to be a part of my life, you know, for the rest of my life, especially if I'm deciding to date outside of my race and marry outside of my race. That means that culture is stuck with me for the rest of my life if I want to be married until death do us part, you know. So like, just not my thing. Just not my thing at all. But that's it for this video. I hope y'all like these different topics that I talked about. Pick your favorite topic and comment down below your views on that specific topic, okay? But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of In the Life with me, C Magic. I'm your president, straight out of the trenches,